Hey guys, it's Ashley. So I'm going to be doing a freshman advice video for you guys. So I don't know if you guys know, but I'm going to sophomore year right now. So last year, this time last year I was going into freshman year. And first of all, let me say that I know it's scary. My heart was pounding when I went in there for the first time. But if you kind of take the steps and you kind of realize what you're doing, the first day of school won't be too bad. So I'm going to jump right into it. For the first thing is, have an idea as to what you want to be growing up. I know that I want to do something with science, so I'm taking some more extra science classes. I'm not saying like know exactly what you want to be, but at least have an idea as to what field you want to go into. So you can take classes acquiring to what field you want to go into. So like I said, I know I want to be a scientist, so I took a couple of extra science classes because I love science and that's just something I know I want to do for the rest of my life. But if you don't know at all what you're going to do, that's fine. Take the normal classes that you need. But if you have an idea as to what you want to be, take classes as to, like, that acquires to that, you know? So the second thing is, tour your school. For my school, they have a thing where freshmen come in the day or the day before the first day of school, and they tour the school so they aren't completely lost when they go in there the first time. But if your school doesn't do that, don't be embarrassed or whatever. Just go in there like the day before the first day of school or a week before the first day of school and check the school out and have your schedule and kind of pinpoint where your classes are so you have a mental image as to what it looks like. So you won't just go in there and be completely lost and like questioning where to go. Now, if you can't do that and you're already starting school soon, what I would recommend is just asking upperclassmen. I know it can be kind of embarrassing to go up and be like, hey, but I did that before. They're really nice, especially if they're like girls and like in a pack. They'll definitely help you. It can be kind of intimidating walking up to a group of girls and be like, help me, but they'll help you, so don't worry about it. And so the third thing, kind of like first day-ish, is meet up with your friends. So obviously you guys probably know already doing that, but just making sure, meet up with your friends, text your friends, message your friends, and be like, okay, we're meeting up in the commons by the lunchroom or something like that. Like, meet up with a couple of your friends so you're not alone walking through that huge school. It's kind of nice to be like in a pack with your friends and be a little bit more comfortable than just you walking around the school by yourself. That's definitely what I would do. Just meet up with your friends, which I'm sure you guys already do, and do that for your classes too. If you have like your schedule already, kind of post that on Instagram or something and be like, hey, message me if you have my class, and you can kind of have an idea as to who you want to sit by for that first class, because I did that last year too. I messaged my friends and like, hey, do you have this class, blah blah blah, and that helps. But if you can't do that either, just kind of go in there and sit next to someone, and if you don't know anyone, just kind of sit by yourself, and I'm sure you'll make friends. Making friends isn't that hard. Just kind of talk to them and try not to be too awkward, and I'm sure you'll make a friend in that class. Don't be too worried about it. So moving on to the more social things, I'm going to go into the more social part. The first social thing is yes, people change. And it's weird because it's only 3 months and people completely change, and it's weird. Sometimes they try to redo themselves for high school, or they become really hot or become really pretty and they kind of change their whole appearance. High school can do that to people. I don't know why, and I've talked to a lot of people about this. It's just like, you just change. And I've changed from middle school to high school. It's only been a year and I'm a completely different person. You just mature, and sometimes people become retarded. Who have just come to high school, I'm just completely lost. I've completely lost respect for them. They act crazy. They like are super slutty, and they just don't act right and don't act classy. And I don't know, it's just sometimes high school can do that to people. Like I said, it's just they completely change, and they're like that girl you've known your whole life is like now crazy like slut. So I don't know what happens to them, but that's what happens, and it kind of sucks, but sometimes people change for the better. So yeah. So the next one is you drift away from your friends. And now I'm not gonna be like, you're never gonna be friends with them again. That's not what happens. I'm still friends with people I've been friends with since elementary school, but you definitely drift apart from a couple of people you kind of figured you wouldn't. I had a couple of friends that I didn't think I would drift apart from, and I haven't talked to them in months. It's just like I said, it's just high school. You meet new people, you lose people, you gain friends, you lose friends. It's just kind of a forever, like a cycle. It just happens. And sometimes it wasn't meant to happen, sometimes it was. Personally, I had a couple of friends that we weren't very good as friends, and we ended up not being friends anymore. And now I just realized like my life is better without them. So sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. I know this is getting kind of personal, but yeah, it's just high school. Like I keep saying, it just changes, and you change, and your friends change, and a lot changes, but a lot stays the same as well. So kind of confusing, but I hope I kind of help you out there. So the third one is drugs and alcohol. So this is kind of a touchy subject. I know people are gonna be like, I'm never gonna smoke and drink or do anything for high school. A lot of people, and I'm gonna leave myself out of this. This is something I don't want to keep personal in case any of my family members watch this. This is not my personal thing. It's just something I've noticed. A lot of people drink and smoke in high school. More drinking than smoking, but a lot of people do smoke. I'm not talking about cigarettes. I'm talking about cigarettes too, but they smoke a lot of weed and they drink a lot of alcohol. And it's just, I don't know, it's just something high schoolers do. And don't feel pressured to do it if you don't want to, and you are a firm believer that you're never gonna drink or whatever. Make sure you stick to your beliefs. If you want to, that's fine too. It's your decision. Don't let anyone try to influence you to do something you don't want to do, or do something that you do want to do. You know, just kind of make your decision for yourself. Don't try to force yourself to do something that you don't want to. And this kind of applies for like sex too. If you don't want to have sex, don't have sex. Don't try to get anyone to pressure you to do anything you don't want to do. I know it's really hard to say no when everyone's smoking and you're like, oh, I don't want to smoke. Just, they're friends. If they're good friends, they'll understand, and you don't have to. But if you do, I'm not going to judge you. No one's going to judge you. It's okay, because it's something high schoolers do. So that's kind of a decision you guys have to make on your own. But whatever you decide to do, make sure that you're comfortable with that decision and you're happy with that decision. And that's all I got to say about it. So yeah. But this is the most important advice for high school I'm going to leave for the ending. High school can make you or break you. And I've said this in my Ask FM. Take it seriously. Do your work. You know, I know this is annoying, but do your work. Work hard, because high school kind of determines the rest of your life. So don't get too caught up in, you know, sex, alcohol, drinking. It's all mostly about schoolwork. Make sure you put school first. I didn't do that my freshman year, and I got not caught up with drinking and stuff, but I goofed around in class and stuff. I ended up having to take summer school. So don't do that. Make sure you work hard and save time for partying and stuff like that later, but make sure you at least get your schoolwork done. So yeah. So that is it for my freshman advice video. I really hope this helps someone. Even if only 10 people watch this and I help one person, I will be really happy about it. And if you guys need any advice at all, message me on my YouTube, and I'll give you my number or something so we can text. Bye, and good luck for your first day of school.